by the Royal Thai Embassy in Kuala Lumpur in collaboration with the Center for Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand Growth Triangle Sub-Regional Cooperation, CIMT, and Mutiara Police, Sendirian Berhad. I'm Ondaporn Philngon, First Secretary from the Royal Thai Embassy. It is my absolute honor to be your MC for today's program. Please join me in welcoming our guest, our special guest, our guest of honor, Her Excellency Ms. Lada Pumat, Ambassador of Thailand to Malaysia, Mrs. Saiton Binti Yahaya, Director of the Regional Development Division of the Ministry of Economy of Malaysia, as well as our co-organizer, Datuk Shabaruddin, Group Executive Chairman of Mutiara Police, Sendirian Berhad. Please join me to welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now begin the Economic Forum 2025 under the theme Towards Seamless Connectivity, a Thailand-Malaysia dialogue on economic integration and partnerships. Today's forum seeks to explore the latest progress of Thailand and Malaysia cross-border connectivity, spotlight new trade and investment opportunities, and discuss strategies for robust bilateral cooperation amidst global challenges. We are very excited to welcome all of you today, both online and on-site. And due to the overwhelming support and high number of registrations, we decided to live stream the event on the Royal Thai Embassy's Facebook page. We sincerely hope that our online participants enjoy a smooth and engaging experience today as well. Without further ado, it is my honor to invite Her Excellency Ms. Lada Pumat, Ambassador of Thailand to Malaysia, to deliver her welcoming remarks.
Dato Sri Mustafa bin Mohammed, former MITI Minister in the Prime Minister's Department in charge of the economy of Malaysia, Distinguished Fellow, Sustainable Solution Network, Sunway University. Dato Shabaruddin Ibrahim, Group Executive Chairman of Mutiara Police, Sendirian Berhad. Distinguished moderators and panelists, dear all participants, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all. Selamat pagi, sawadee ka. It is my great honor to extend to all of you a very warm welcome to the Economic Forum 2025, organized by the Royal Thai Embassy in Kuala Lumpur in collaboration with the Center of IMTGT Sub-Regional Cooperation and Mutiara Police, Sendirian Berhad. This forum is a part of an ongoing initiative of the Royal Thai Embassy and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand which I have had the opportunity of driving the journey over the past 2 consecutive years, of course, with my able economic officer, Ms. Ondaporn Piungan, my MC today, since my assumption of ambassadorial post in Malaysia. During the past years, Thailand-Malaysia bilateral relations have reached a very new height, characterized by the most frequent and productive exchanges of visits at all levels and across all areas of cooperation. Particularly noteworthy was the joint working visit of the Prime Minister of Thailand and Malaysia to our border in Thailand's southern provinces and Malaysian northern states in 2023 and 2024. These visits provide significant impetus to the connectivity infrastructure projects that are vital to our border areas development. Most notably, first, the road alignment project connecting the new CIQ Sadao, Songkhla province of Thailand, and Bukit Kayuhitam ICQS, Kedah state of Malaysia. And secondly, the second Sungai Kolok Rantau Panjang Bridge, linking Narathiwat province of Thailand and Kelantan state of Malaysia. I am pleased to inform you that the telephone conversation between Prime Minister Paetongtarn and Prime Minister Anwar just yesterday reaffirmed this positive development. These developments serve as tangible outcomes of both sides' common vision for seamless connectivity and shared prosperity, rightly in line with the establishment of Thailand-Malaysia Committee on Joint Development Strategy for Border Areas, or JDS, in 2004. The Royal Thai Embassy has undertaken proactive steps to ensure the effective implementation of such policies and continuously work to translate this vision into impactful action. Namely, from bringing a Thai delegation to Northern Corridor Economic Region NCER in Penang, Kedah, and Perlis in 2023. Organizing last year's Economic Forum, Ignite Thailand, in Kuala Lumpur, enhancing Thailand-Malaysia cross-border connectivity through public and private partnership. To today's Economic Forum 2025, towards seamless connectivity, a Thailand-Malaysia dialogue on economic integration and partnership. Distinguished moderators, panelists, industry players, business leaders, dear colleagues from the government sector from Thailand and Malaysia. I wish to express my sincere appreciation to all of you whose continued engagement and expertise have been instrumental in advancing our initiative. Your valued contribution have enriched our dialogue and enabled us to grow together in knowledge and collaboration. Now, we gather at the time of evolving geopolitical and geoeconomic uncertainties. It is precisely in such time that strong partnership become even more critical. Therefore, I am confident today's forum offers a timely platform for both sides to deliberate on ways forward that will enhance not only bilateral relations and cooperation between Thailand and Malaysia, but also our regional integration and resilience. And also this is in light of Malaysia in chairmanship of ASEAN At the end of our forum today, we look forward to receiving forward-looking and concrete recommendations, especially from our industry players and business leaders, to help chart a strategic plan for the future in the interest of our people and shared prosperity of Thailand and Malaysia. In conclusion, I extend my deepest appreciation to the Center for IMT GT Sub-Regional Cooperation, CIMT, and Mutiara Police, Sadiran Buhart, our organizing partners, our esteemed moderators and panelists, and all participants, online and on site. I wish you fruitful deliberations and successful quorum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Now, I am pleased to welcome Mrs. Saiton Binti Yahya, Director of the Regional Development Division at the Ministry of Economy of Malaysia, who is representing Dato' Noor Azmi bin Diran, Secretary General of the Ministry of Economy, to the stage for the opening remarks.
Excellency Islara Thomas, Ambassador of Thailand to Malaysia, Saya Datuk Sri Mustafa Muhammad, Honorable distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning and sawadee-ha from delegates from Malaysia and Thailand. First of all, I would like to extend the Honorable Datuk Noor Azmi bin Diran, Secretary General, warmest regards and apologize for not being able to attend this event due to his prior engagement. As such, I will read his opening remarks in this auspicious forum. It is a pleasure for me to be part of Economic Forum 2025 toward seamless connectivity, a Thailand-Malaysia dialogue on economic integration and partnership event today. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Royal Thai Embassy for inviting me to this wonderful event. Thank you so much. This forum is timely for both countries, as the main objective of this forum is to exchange latest progress on Thailand-Malaysia cross-border connectivity projects, the potential threats and investment opportunities, and connecting Thailand-Malaysia business players in the food and halal sector. The Honorable distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to my attention that Thailand will be hosting the 50th Working Group Meeting Thailand-Malaysia Committee on Joint Development Strategy for Border Areas, JDS, in mid-June 2025 at Songkhla Province, Thailand. I eagerly await the outcome of this meeting. I have also been made aware that both countries have agreed to adopt the Strategic Action Plan 2024-2027, which will allow us to better strategize and work on our effort to expedite the projects and program underpinned in this bilateral cooperation. In addition, we can also take this opportunity to explore new potential areas to further enhance our collaboration especially at the border areas. As detailed in the JDS Strategies Action Plan documents, the 3 E's approach: enhancing the connectivity, ensuring the competitiveness, and enriching the human capital will serve as a guideline for the implementation of relevant border projects. I strongly believe that the more strategic partnership with all relevant parties, especially the private sectors and industry players in both countries, are pivotal to expedite border development. Existing platforms such as the GDS and IMTGT cooperations can be utilized to discuss and resolve all border-related issues. Rest assured, Malaysia remains committed to working together in implementing and ensuring the completion of the planned projects. I hope this economic forum can augment our cooperation, especially in enhancing the trade and investment opportunities in various economic sectors, as well as providing inputs and indications on the required connectivity projects. Based on the tentative programs, there are 2 panel sessions with comprises. One is Thailand-Malaysia cross-border physical connectivity projects and emerging opportunities. And the second one is navigating geopolitical dynamics in Thailand-Malaysia economic cooperation. I would like to take this opportunity to personally express my gratitude and appreciations to everyone for your contributions and commitment in this forum. I believe our discussions and input gathered during this forum will help us to elevate Thai-Malaysia joint commitment in promoting cross-border development for the benefit of people of our 2 countries. Once again, I would like to thank Her Excellency Ambassador Selada Fumas for inviting me to deliver opening remarks on behalf of Malaysian government in these important forums. This is a wonderful occasion as the former Minister of Economy, His Excellency Datuk Sri Mustafa bin Muhammad will be moderating this first panel session. I wish a productive and successful forum to all delegates. With that, I thank you. Terima kasih and Kop Kun Mak Ka.
Thank you very much, Director. Please remain on stage. To join Director Saito for the first photo session. Next, I would like to warmly invite our esteemed moderators, speakers, and distinguished guests on the first row to join the Ambassador and Director Saiton on the stage for a brief group photo. Thank you very much, Excellencies and our honorable guests. Kindly return to your seats as we will start our panel very shortly. So we are preparing. On Joint Development Strategy for Border Areas or JDS, focusing on infrastructure, spatial economic zones, logistics, and investment linkages in southern Thailand and northern Malaysia. So I guess the stage is ready. May I invite all our guests to join us back in the ballroom. So for this session, we are honored to have Dato Sri Mustafa bin Mohammed as our moderator for this session. He actually is someone who needs no further introduction. Dato Sri is the former minister in the Prime Minister's department in charge of the economy and a former minister of Malaysia. He currently serves as a distinguished fellow at the Sustainable Development Solutions Network at Sunway University. He is widely respected for his decades of leadership and contributions to Malaysia's economic policy. Joining him as the panelists for this session are Mr. Nattawut Tripet, Director of Land Transportation, Investment Strategy and Analysis Group, Office of the National Economic and Social Development Council, NESDC of Thailand. Mr. Wan Ahmad Sahid Wan Mohammed, Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Mutiara Police Sendirian Berhad, Malaysia. Mr. Al Shukri bin Hamza, Senior Manager for Investment, the NCIA's Thematic Path Marketing, Northern Corridor Implementation Authority, Malaysia. And lastly, Mr. Raswin Surairi Hatsman Termisi, Chief Executive Officer, Northern Gateway Group, NGX Malaysia. Please join me to welcome our moderator and panelists for the first session.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, Sawadikap, Ambassador Lada, Puan Zaitun, our co-organizer, Datuk Syamruddin, Chairman of Mutiara, the Center for IMTGT, former Ambassador Datuk Joji, distinguished panelists and participants from Thailand and Malaysia. It is a pleasure for me to be here once more. I was here a year ago at another hotel. Last year, I must say, we didn't have as many people, and I'm pleased to see a large number of participants in this room. So I would like to begin by congratulating the Thai Embassy, Royal Thai Embassy, for organizing this forum. And secondly, I would like to thank you for inviting me once again. You see, I've got a soft spot for Thailand because I'm at the border. My house is only 2-3 minutes from the border, very close to the southern part of Thailand. So whenever I get an invitation from the Royal Thai Embassy, I'll never fail to fulfill that invitation. So thank you for inviting me. Secondly, of course, Malaysia and Thailand, we have been close for many, many years. Yeah? And it is, I must say, it is unprecedented. Yeah? Phone calls, only a few hours ago between the two prime ministers. The two PMs have visited the border many, many times. I've been around for a long time, almost 50 years in government, in the civil service and as a minister and politician. I've never seen this number of visits, the number of visits. I mean, there's been visits to Bangkok and Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya, but visits at the border, which sends a very powerful signal. So this forum is happening at a time when there's growing momentum for closer bilateral ties between Malaysia and Thailand. But that's not enough. Yeah? As mentioned by the ambassador, we have government getting closer, the two PMs getting closer, ministers getting closer, government officials getting closer, but we need to go beyond that. Yeah? We need civil society, universities getting closer to each other. And today we have this gathering of the business communities from Malaysia and Thailand. So we need to do a lot more. Yeah? At the highest level, they're getting very close to each other, but in my view, there's got to be more interaction between the business communities in the two countries, and more so at the border, and also between the southern part of Thailand and northern part of Malaysia, where I belong. So once again, welcome to this forum. I'm not here to give you a lecture. Although I give a lot of lectures, but I've got a very simple job of organizing this forum. Very simple job. I'll manage this as best I can. I saw my team, distinguished panelists, a few minutes ago, and I told them this is very challenging. We have an hour and a half, probably an hour, 20 minutes left. But anyway, I won't be too long on introduction. This panel is about connectivity, physical connectivity, transportation, logistics. So the next one, is on geopolitics. So this is a very important introduction. Yeah, we set the stage, and we have 5 very distinguished panelists. These are experts, from Thailand and Malaysia. They are the right people to share with you. But I told them what's important is for them to not only share with us their thoughts, but more importantly to encourage as much interaction as possible. So I told them each one, probably in the morning we told them 8 minutes, probably with the time that we have, probably 7 minutes of presentation. Each one of you will have 7 minutes, and then we'll open up for discussion. I think the focus will be on how we can stimulate discussion with a view to getting the two communities closer to each other. I'm talking the business community in Thailand and also in Malaysia. We want to get to see closer collaboration. I think personal ties, and there are, personal ties are important. Our two leaders are close to each other on the phone every now and then, but it is more important, also important for government officials to be close to each other, the business communities to be close to each other, in particular the small, medium enterprises. Okay, we got 5 panelists. The first 2 will come from our colleagues from Thailand, and next my friends from Malaysia will be taking the floor. So without much further ado, just a very simple introduction. Kun Natawut, you are going to be the first speaker. We met yesterday evening at the cocktail, so I got to know him a bit. He is a Master of Commerce from Deakin University in Australia. He's been in NESDC, National Economic and Social Development Council. This is the leading planning authority in Thailand. I visited your place a few times. I was there last year, visit your office. But anyway, it is the EPU. Here we have Puan Zaitun. She's in the Economic Planning Unit. I happen to be in charge of them for a few years. So the equivalent of NSC, our local equivalent is EPU, and over in Bangkok, we have NESDC. I was there to discuss about poverty in southern Thailand, and poverty in northern Malaysia. I visited your office about a year ago to talk about poverty in Malaysia and in Thailand. Anyway, I wouldn't go beyond that. So, Kun Natawut, Masters in Commerce from Deakin University. He's been with NESDC for a long, long time, an expert in logistics, transportation. He's the right person to talk about physical connectivity. So, over to you, Kun Natawut.
Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Sawadee krap. Just quick look for my first 8 minutes. It would be better if I first outline for you what I plan to talk about. I keep you refreshed with the Thai economic and southern of Thailand, and then talk a bit about the plan of infrastructure in the southern of Thailand, and then what is the physical infrastructure of Thailand. Next, what is the obstacle and the recommendation. First, we quick look on the Thai economic, and at the beginning, we still recovery from the COVID-19 and the southern of Thailand as well. Unfortunately, the economic impact from the fresh water in southern of Thailand. And yes, we try to recover by tourism industry. Unfortunately, the big brother maybe come to impact us again with the factor. Even we increase government expenditure, expand the domestic private demands, and the tourism sector come much more from Malaysia and China, and Thai exporter is look very nice at the beginning. Unfortunately, the big brother come to impact us for the economic policy. In the morning, maybe the taxation up to 200%, afternoon maybe 300 or 400%, and the next morning maybe waiting for 90 days for outcome. And then the private sector say, how I plan, how I order the raw materials, how I make the business. That's quite to make the uncertainty, right? You can't make the good plans. And the next one, the household and business debt remain high, and yes, now it's not the climate change come to impact a lot about the agricultural sector, expect to uncertainty. The supporting thing, and the next one for the plan of southern of Thailand. Yes, we still look at the Pearl strategy focus on research, innovation, and the premium service of tourism. For the SEC, we focus on bio-based industry and processed agricultural industry and high standard of tourism. For JDS, 3E approach still going, enhancing connectivity, competitiveness, and upskill, reskill of human capital. With the peace strategy, para rubber or rubber city on palm oil still focusing. Agricultural value added, try to enhance much more creative economy and cultural diversity still going on for the plan of the concept of economy. And with the infrastructure, now even we have a limitation on government budgeting, we try to use the channels of public-private partnership, increase much more to invest in hard infrastructure, and now become more and more the projects with this concept. And the overview you can see up to date now, you see focusing on Samui cruise terminals. We try to promote maybe in the next 2 or 3 years and make the new route. And next for the airport and the ring of the Betong, Pattani. And some of you may be focusing on Andaman International Airport and Hat Yai Padang Besa, right? This one and another one is about Suhai Golok that government just grant at the beginning of the year. The construction will make it soon as possible. With the road project, we try to make the connectivity with the custom Andaman Rivera. We try to make the feasibility project to investigate where to make much more connectivity. And also the maintenance the road in Betong. And the land bid for this project, the government still confirm and try to finish the feasibility. And the next years, at the end of this year, we will launch the bill of SEC, including the new SEC Commission. And the next year, we will invite the investor to come. For the special economic zone, the government try to make much more benefit. And for SEZ, we try to reduce the taxation of, at the beginning of this year, try to adjust the law and regulation, reduce from 20 as normal percent up to 10%. And the first one, I try to focusing the obstacle. And now, what I say at the beginning, this is a virtual world now. If the transportation we locking, it will impact a lot. You can see the food production, you can see the hospital, you can see electricity, the water, because source of this raw material is have linkage. So if it locked, it's like a network. Think about the fresh water in Thailand in the past. No one think about the global supply chain of hard disk drive. When it comes to the crisis of fat water at that time, we say, oh, the price of hard disk drives become high and high. So we take it very serious for this one, and we have to make the alternative. There is Chinese word. One we say in the danger, and another one is probably may say opportunity. So we have to think about the multipolar world now to make alternative route other than the ocean. Another one is about transition from aging society to age society. That means the silver economy will change the behavior of our customer. They will not much more move many places, and they will stay longer in the hotels, tourism sector. So just make the good place and make the wrong stay for them. It could be the good strategy for this silver economy. For the another one is it's not the global warming anymore. It's a global boiling. That means the weather always change to impact the food, to impact the travel behavior. So,
You got 1 more minute.
yep. And disruption technology is about the technology of switching and come to the very serious one. It's about physical infrastructure that we take. Physical infrastructure is not absolute solution. It's about the physical mean, the connectivity. We need the soft infrastructure. It's about legal reform to ensure the smooth and efficient operation. Because now we see the unclear integrated multi-modal transport service, double handling is come a lot. Custom clearing have the hidden cost too much, maybe somewhere. And not only the Thai and Malaysia, we have to look at the more rules to the China, and from China to European country, to German. That means the soft infrastructure, we have to go together, not only Thailand and Malaysia. We have to deal with the China, we have to deal with the Laos, Vietnam, and come to joint operation. I think it's this one.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's 8 minutes. Big hand. So you have a nice map there, which gives you an idea of all the physical projects. But as mentioned by Kunataun, it's not just physical; it's also the soft, the hard and the soft infrastructure. Towards the end, he spoke about the need to also focus on the soft infrastructure, rules, regulations. So thank you very much for sharing the map and a lot of information there. Unfortunately, there's not much time. Anyway, you can come back during question time. So thank you. Our next speaker is Dr. Dalini. You were here last year as well, and nice to see you again. She's an engineer by background, PhD from King Mongkut University, been in industrial estate development for a long, long time. She's a specialist in development and promotion of industrial estates. As I said, pleasure to see you once more in Kuala Lumpur. So the floor is yours. Sila.
สวัสดีค่ะศิลปักษ์ปากี it is a great honor for me here today, and also thank you for Excellency Ambassador Ms. Ladda that can inviting for IEAT Industrial Estate Authority of Thailand today to update about the project that connect to Malaysia. So first of all, I would like to briefly give information about Industrial Estate Authority of Thailand, or we call IEAT. So IEAT is a state enterprise under the Ministry of Industry. We founded in 1972. Today is 52 years. Okay, and the function for IEAT, we have to set up the industrial estate, industrial port. We regulate and also we facilitate and for investing in Thailand. IEAT, we are like the important strategic arm for drive economic for Thailand. At this time, there are 72 industrial estates allow Thailand. Okay, and at this time, there are around 5,000 factories in industrial estates, but only 5,000. But if we like compare to church, ML, XL size, okay, and at this time, land available, not much at this time. Like you know that today so many investors, establishing in industrial estate, and as you can see for the map, I will focus today at the southern part, industrial estate in the southern part of Thailand. For industrial estate, at this time, IAT, we are working for feasibility studying about halal industrial estate that ongoing. And also we are studying about BCG industrial estate because it is trend for now and the future. BCG, bio, circular, green industrial estate. This is the future that very important at this time. And also IAT, we have to change not only industrial estates, but we have to change to smart industrial estates. focus to SDG industrial estate, not only establish, but we have to give back to community around industrial estate. So this is really the big project at this time. And we have mega project, but already finished already last year for the mega project that reclaim land for Mataput port, industrial port, already finished. Okay, already finished last year. And we already, the project for government, like smart park industrial estate already like established done last year. So this is like the total like information for IAT. Okay, let's see. The there are 3 industrial estates in the southern part of Thailand. We for the border, for industrial estate for the border. Let's see, for the southern part of Thailand, there are, we call Rubber City Industrial Estate. We established Songkha Industrial Estate. We established the Southern Region Industrial Estate. This is the industrial estate like border to Malaysia. But also we have the industrial estate border to another country like Cambodia. We have Sakeo Industrial Estate. We have Udon, like the east north industrial estate allow like the border. This is Thai government try to use IAT industrial estate to be static arm like I told you. Okay, and also if the project last night we heard about the project. Actually we heard for a long time, like last 2 years, maybe last 2 years, about the PIP. If PIP, I think for my opinion, like very important projects. But if PIP can be on the objective, it will help not only Malaysia, can help Thai together. Like Ambassador Lada said last night that we should go together. Okay, maybe it's our opportunity for IAT for about the project. Maybe we can like study together in the future. Let's see the industrial estate in the southern part of Thailand. Okay, like Rubber City. At this time, Rubber City, the key success of Rubber City because raw material for the rubber latex, very good quality there. And at this time, there are investors, but still have land available for we have like to lease and to buy land in the Rubber City. In all industrial estate, we have own acts and we have the standard. So even though any industrial estate in Thailand, if you can go there, they are similar because we have own acts, we have standard. It means that we have to set up the infrastructure with the same standard. For example, like lighting, like wastewater treatment, we have to provide electricity, we have to provide water. And at this time, security is very important. We have to provide security system. We have to provide like safety system. And all industrial estate is similar, is the same. At this time, government, Thai government try to push IAT to develop more land. And we try to, at this time, we shorten the process of set up industrial estate. We shorten, for example, approximately about 2 years for set up the industrial estate at this time. Shorten the time maybe like 1 year, something like that. That can help because at this time land demand and supply is not equal. So we have to develop more and focus on like green. Today we focus on green, go green industrial estate and the strategy.
One more minute.
Okay, the last one. We have strategic for this year. We call hope. Let's see the hope. The last one. The hope is hope. Like we hope that Malaysia and Thai maybe can work together. Okay. Hope like has like high value added investment. We try to operational efficiency. We try to active marketing, and the last one very important, the engine of sustainability. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
sorry to
Right in time.
sorry to cut you short. But I've got to be fair to the other 3 panelists. So we've heard from 2 of our Thai colleagues. Dr. Nalini spoke about IAT. She's in charge of promoting all the industrial estates in Thailand. There's 3 in the south. Yeah? There's Anyai, there's also Rubber City. Of course, she's promoting the estates in the south in particular, perhaps for Malaysian participation. So thank you once again for your sharing your thoughts on what you're doing to promote or to develop industrial estates in Thailand. Next, we have 3 speakers from Malaysia. We begin with Che Wan Zaid. I've known him when he was still very small. He's from my home state. He was in the State Civil Service of Kelantan for 10 years. He was in the Tok Bali port, which I was indirectly involved, in oil and gas, and now he's MP of Mutiara, one of our sponsors this morning. So I visited his office about 3 months ago, and I have a better understanding of what he's doing in Perlis in particular. So over to you, Wan Zaid.
Thank you, Datuk Sri. Allow me to stand, Datuk Sri. Your Excellency, Datuk Pumas, Ambassador of Thailand to Malaysia, Puan Zaitun, Datuk Shabaruddin, distinguished guests, my fellow panelists, ladies and gentlemen. So allow me to give justice to Perlis Hidden Port in 7 minutes, Datuk Sri. Well, Perlis Hidden Port is nothing new. It's planned 40 years ago, but now I'm going to fast forward it to year 2020, when Malaysia Plan 12 began. So Perlis Hidden Port is under the master plan of Malaysian government. It was budgeted for almost 400 million ringgit, that's about $100 million, to support the implementation of a new gateway or a new inland port at the border of Malaysia and Thailand. I have some slides. If you can. Yeah. So while the government is helping up, it is the onus to the private sector to undertake this project, because Malaysia has this Malaysia Inc. spirit, where the government and the private sector join hand to develop new development in the country. And that means the private sector has to raise its own financing and has to take responsibility for the financing and the build-up of the project. So it's not free lunch to build an inland port. The government pitch in, and then you relax at home, but you really need to work hard on it. You need to pay 20 years of term loan. So we are really stuck with this inland port, and we have to make it work. So the inland port in Perlis, as Kun Nalini Kachamai mentioned, it's not just for Malaysia. We are looking it beyond Malaysia, beyond Thailand even. We are looking as far as China, and now China has connectivity to Europe via Central Asia, Duisburg, Germany, as mentioned by Kun Nat just now. And from Germany, you can go everywhere in Europe. So we are now much closer to Europe than before. For you to have some idea of the team behind it, we are a government-linked company of the state of Perlis, where the state has a substantial shares in the company. And entrepreneurs from Kuala Lumpur, headed my boss, Datuk Shabaruddin, next to Puan Zaitun there. So I have to do well in front of my boss here, if not I won't get my raise this year. Anyway, the company is new. It's an SPV formed with the state in 2018. So 2020 under RMK 12, straight away we start with the project. There's no time to waste anymore. The demand is there. For every 1 TEU that comes via Malaysia rail system in Padang Besar, we have to push away 4 or 5 more. So the demand for cargo coming into Malaysia from Thailand is immense. And of course, Thailand has so much products that we consume here in Malaysia. So why not? We need help our neighbors. With all this tariff issue, we need to consume more Thai products. At the same time, we should also send more goods to Thailand. Our Musang King, for instance. Ambassador might agree with me. We've been sending lots of Musang King to Singapore, actually. And I think they're tired of our Musang King. So we need to bring Mongtong to Singapore via our railway network. So we will facilitate Thai cargo to Singapore via Malaysia. At the same time, we would like Thailand to facilitate our Musang King heading towards China. So that's part of our ASEAN economic community where we facilitate goods in transit. So we have a comprehensive initiative, of course, because we are based in Perlis, we have to do justice to the locality of Perlis, being very strategic. It's at the border. Being at the border is very strategic. It's a no-brainer. And Thailand is a good market to go. So we have Perlis Inland Port there. And then our second project, Perlis Maritime Corridor, where we hope to land LNG at this facility so that we can do our third project, the Perlis Power Hub. So Perlis has big vision for its state, 3 major infrastructure. It requires electricity. And we know our neighbor next door, South Thailand, require quite substantial amount of electricity as well. So we can do this together. So we can have one power hub that can serve both nations. It doesn't make sense to buy power from the south to power the north, right? So I have a map here so that you get the idea of where we are. We are here at the border here, Perlis Inland Port. I think all of you geographically sound because you are here in Lexis Kuala Lumpur and not Lexis Port Dickson. But I see some empty chairs there. They're probably there. Anyway, to the south we have Peninsular Malaysia market. And Singapore, if we want to add Singapore to it, and also Sumatra. So we can be connected to the south on behalf of our brothers in Thailand. North of Thailand, we have China. So Thailand can assist us in our foray into the China market. So Malaysia has our double track here. Datuk Sri would be well aware. We spend close to 60 billion to do our double track, and we still have about 70% capacity. So it is imperative for us to bring more cargo from the trucks and from the road onto our railway network to make good use of our facility there. And likewise, we are being linked via Bangsar Station. I think they have a new name for Bangsar Station. Is it Bangkok Central or something? Yeah, just like KL Central. So Bangkok Central. And then from Bangkok Central, we will go to Nong Khai, link to Laos after the Mekong River here, and all the way to Kunming and Chongqing. So from Padang Besar, if we go in a seamless connectivity, seamless connectivity on rail, without changing to trucks, we would reach Chongqing in 9 days. So how significant is 9 days, ladies and gentlemen? If you go by sea from Port Klang, I keep on pressing forward. Maybe because of 8 minutes that is giving me. So if it's from Port Klang to go to Chongqing, you have to take sea route to Ningbo Zhoushan Port. That's near Shanghai. That will take about 14 days. So from Ningbo Zhoushan, you take the Yangtze Kiang River to Chongqing. That's another 10 days. So to go to Chongqing, let's say the cargo is coffee from Aceh. If it's going to Chongqing via Penang Port and PIP, it will only take 9 days via rail instead of 24 to 25 days via sea. So it's quite significant, right? So let's go forward. So we have our collaborators for this. NCER, which is under Ministry of Economy. So by right, Puan Zaitun is our partner here, representing the Ministry of Economy, Puan Zaitun. And we have State of Perlis, and of course ourselves, Mutiara Perlis. So Perlis Inland Port is adding new capacity to the existing Padang Besar facility. The business is there. This is a brownfield. It's nothing new. Nothing because of the smartness of our team at Mutiara Perlis. The business is there. We just need to add more capacity. That's all. So the bigger capacity, from 12 acres, we are adding 500 acres to it. And next to it, the Ministry of Economy is doing an industrial park, 2,500 acres, of which one of the major anchor is already there, Jabil Circuit from United States. So while the tariff is on, Kunat, Americans are still investing here in Malaysia. So Jabil is putting a semiconductor factory here, and we hope more will come to Perlis.
We got 1 more minute.
Thank you. I can speed up with some pictures afterwards. And there you go. That's Thailand. We are right at the border of Thailand. So we spoke to our counterpart, Kunat, gentleman from Yala, sorry I forgot your name, and Kunalini. We can actually extend PIP into Thailand. There's still more space here in Thailand. So it could be one project in two countries. So what do you think, Ambassador? Would that be something good to do? One project in two countries. So let's look for that. So if things goes well, inshallah, God willing, we will outgrow our parameter and we would like to go more into Thailand. And then State Railway Authority of Thailand can put another railway track to go directly into Perlis Island Port. And by then, we need to change name. It could be Malay Thai Inland Port, maybe. Who knows? What we can do if we work together. So that's a closer look at the, we have, before this, cross-border trade is just simply cross-border trade. There's no value addition. We will have warehouses, pack houses, so that we can do packing here. We can make it halal product, packaged in Malaysia for the rest of the world. Both raw material coming from Thailand, coming from Sumatra.
Time is almost up.
Thank you, Lucy. A few seconds for some pictures to show that it's almost there. So bonded road completed. The first CIC done. That's the bonded road. The PGA, the police, to man the border here. This side is the trees here that's Thailand already. That's done. The underpass, so that there will not be any intermingling between cars and trucks, is done. The underpass, courtesy of Ministry of Economy. The rail spur line is about 93%. It'll be ready by June. So that's the main line. It goes to Bangkok and south to Johor. And the spur line is there. You can see that. There's more bigger picture here. The spur line. Give me more 30 seconds, the flyover, so that the passenger cars can go above the railway line. The hard stand is done. Now we're just finishing the first 3 sidings. There'll be more sidings. It can be 40 sidings if you want to. There is demand for it. That's the hard stand. Hard stand alone, 25 acres. The current so just like that, we are tripling the capacity at Padang Besar. More Montong coming from here to Singapore, inshallah. 3 phases of development until 2031. And lastly, the conclusion, obviously. So Perlis Island Port is positioned to be a transformative force with its significant acreage in the logistic landscape of Malaysia and ASEAN, in particular Thailand. With its strategic location, advanced infrastructure, and commitment to sustainability, because from road to rail, we're going to cut greenhouse gas up to 83%. So the migration from road to rail is very significant. We don't want our kids in the future to inhale smog, right? So we need to be careful in what we do. Lastly, 83%. Yeah, because train can carry more. One diesel locomotive can carry 120 TEUs as compared to one trailer that can carry 2 TEUs. One engineer compared to a couple of drivers. So per TEU is 83%. That's all, actually. So we are completing the physical connectivity pillar. So the next is to do the institutional front. That's where we need the help of ministries and government alike. Thank you.
Thank you. Big hand to one side. Sorry to rush you. We got 2 more speakers. And I see Tan Sri So is here waiting for the next panel. Okay. Firstly, I must once again congratulate the Royal Thai Embassy. It is a full house, Ambassador. Well done. Yeah, full house. Thank you. And I want to announce I brought a few of my friends from China here. So some participants from China. Stanley, can you stand up? China. Three of you. Anyway, he comes all the way from Shanghai. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so that's from one side. Next, we're going to get our 4th speaker, Mr. Al-Shukri. He is with the Northern Corridor Implementation Authority and NCIA. His job is to promote industrial development. He's in charge for all the Melanie is in charge of all the estates in Thailand. Shukri is in charge of almost all the industrial estates in the northern region. He's been in this business for quite some time. So over to you, Shukri, to share with us what you're doing in this part of the world, Northern Corridor.
Thank you, Datuk Sri. First of all, I think the one Zahid has said already, the standard of having to do a presentation while standing. So I hope I will be able to stand as well, but not because of the slide, because I don't have any slide. It is because of my L4. So I've been sitting down for quite some time. It's quite painful for me to stand quite painful for me to to sit down for so long. Just a quick one. I believe that not many people knows about NCIA, Northern Corridor Implementation Authority. Of course, my boss is here. We are very much, we have been around since 2008. We have siblings, of course. We have siblings down south in Johor, which is called Iskandar Johor. We have the East Coast, ECER, basically look after Pahang, Terengganu, as well as Kelantan. Very much focused into petroleum, very much focused into agriculture, and to a certain extent marine as well. So how I think that, and we have another two siblings in Sabah and Sarawak looking into other aspects of sectors. So Sarawak is looking into hydrogen aggressively, and also maybe in Sabah they are also looking into manufacturing. Surprisingly, they are able to attract a lot of Korean as well as Japanese investors over there. In the case of what NCIA is doing in the 4 states, basically Kedah, Perlis, Penang, as well as Perak, we are very much focusing into, of course, E&E in Penang, and very much into logistics as well as what we are pursuing aggressively at the border area is halal. So this is one area that I think, I honestly think that we have to do more with Thailand, especially. We all know that Thailand is ahead of us in many aspects, especially in the production side, in the processing side, manufacturing side of agro-based product or agro-based manufacturing. This is where we hope we are able to complement that and do this at the border, especially, and leveraging from what PIP is doing now, and very soon also Delapan, where my colleagues is here as well. So what I'm saying is this, the value proposition for Malaysia, especially in complementing what you already have in Thailand, and also good in doing so, maybe one area that we need to look is the halal standard. Yeah? This is, I think, a known fact that Malaysian halal standard is a gold standard, globally accepted by almost every country in the world. So what I'm saying is that you have all the right ingredients to be able to be good. Currently, Thailand is number 4 in halal market, exporting, I think, number 4. Malaysia is number 1. Number 2 is, number 2 Australia. Number 3 is New Zealand. Number 4 is Thailand. So we are number 1, not because of the volume of what we produce. It is because of the certification that we have. So what you have, on the other hand, you have the volume, but you do not have maybe enough certification. This is an area that we want to look at. And if you combine these two, Malaysia and Thailand, having controlled the halal market, we are basically number 1 and number 2 very soon. So this is an area that I looked at we can develop in the border area, which of course we've been talking about this for so many years, a lot of data, a lot of economics findings, but I think the most important thing is that we are not harmonizing it. Really getting down and doing it together. It is still, we are still looking at it from the context of maybe, like a competitor, whereas this should not be the case. I've been involved with IMTGT for a while, and I think that if I would be able to do something, I would probably erase the border. I would want to make it, invisible, so we can really be together, think about the very strategic positioning of each other, and really whack the market. So that is what I feel now. It's a $5 million market out there, but we are just doing about 20%. Malaysia is about doing 20% only of addressing the halal market. So a lot of data, a lot of economic data have shown that there's no way that in certain things that we have to compete with Thailand. There's no way. You are far ahead when it comes to producing, processing, manufacturing, distributing. You are there. So there's no point for us to compete. Just look into the aspect of how are we going to complement you. So that is one area that we are looking at seriously. And of course, logistic, getting into the ecosystem, especially development of ecosystem. And in the case of NCIA, we do a lot of ecosystem development, ecosystem enrichment, ecosystem, we try to look into how are we able to create and enrich the ecosystem, be it halal, be it logistic, be it food, anything, so that the ecosystem itself will be able to attract the investment because of the richness. It's not that you really have to go out and find. They will come to you. So this is some of the things that we really need to look at. By combining our strength, Thailand and also Malaysia, let's really go all out and be, a different animal, I would say, yeah. So, Dr. Sri, I have how many more minutes? One more minute.
1 minute.
1 more minute, okay. Other than that, of course, logistic, you have to take full advantage of the investment being put in PIP as well as the investment being put in the Lapan. So we have invested a lot in NCIA, especially from the Ministry of Economy. I think on our part, PIP alone, we have invested close to about 400, 500. Ours is 400. PIP has already invested 5 and coming more, I think, right? So we cannot go wrong. We have already invested a lot. So very strategic. PIP mentioned, when Wan Zahid mentioned about very strategic value that PIP would now be able to extend to your Thai manufacturers. Likewise, we need to also learn from you with regards to, how do you, in your manufacturing activities, there are many things that we can do. I think that's about all, Dr. Sri. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you. Like Shukri on one side, I also have to stand up. I've been sitting for more than an hour. I need some rest. Okay, thank you. So the halal perspective and also what it's doing in the Northern Corridor to promote closer collaboration between Malaysia, northern part of Peninsular Malaysia and southern Thailand. We'll come back to halal later on. We talk about the strengths which Thailand has, and we have strengths as well. So how we can collaborate and bring about better outcomes. Thank you. Finally, we have Saudara Razwin. He's been with NGX for 7 years, since 2018, CEO of this company owned by the Ministry of Finance. Yeah? It is a government-linked company, so there's government everywhere, government in NGX, government in Northern Corridor, government in Perlis as well. So there's a lot of government. Of course, we need government to drive lots of things. So Razwin has been long in this business. He's been in a few other places as well, but what's important, he's been asked to drive this. It is as he said as well, right? You call this Dalapan, yeah? Anyway, over to you to elaborate further. Thank you.
Thank you, Datuk Sri. I probably sit down. For a quick one, first of all, terima kasih, and also thank you, His Excellency, for inviting me again. I was here last year together with Datuk Sri. So my presentation today will be very brief. I will just update what I have presented last year, so I will not want to repeat this. But just quick one, this development of Special Border Economic Zone in another entry or gateway from Malaysia to Thailand, which is in Bukit Kayu Hitam. So we are the other side of the entry point. This development of Special Border Economic Zone in Kedah was announced in 2018, part of the budget announcement. So it has been 7 years since the announcement, and I'm pleased to share with all of you today what had happened over the last 7 years. Of course, we minus 2 years of COVID time, the most challenging time. So technically, we have been designing this development and undertaking the construction and everything within the last 4 years, actively on this. So again, the SPEZ, we call it Special Border Economic Zone in Bukit Kayu Hitam, covers 11,000 acres of land, of which the one that directly owned by Minister of Finance is through this project called Delapan. Delapan means 8. 8 is the lucky number for a lot of people. 8 is also the amount of time Datuk Sri gave me to speak to you today. So 8 seems to be the lucky number for everybody today. So, so we are just 800 meters from the border. So I think to cut short, the nearest development, commercial and industrial, to the border of Thailand would be the Lapan. We are just 800 meters away from the CIQ or ICQS. Now we look very much forward to the integration of the CIQ and ICQS because that provide a seamless connectivity from Thailand into Malaysia via, okay, like my colleague in Mutiara, they mentioned a lot on rail connectivity, but of course Bukit Kaitam very much command in the land road transportation connectivity through the ASEAN Highway Network 2. So that, so that is how we position ourselves in this whole context, the big scheme of things that we are undertaking together with Thailand. Now, what had happened over the last couple of years, we focus on 4 kinds of connectivity, or maybe three types of connectivity. We start first with the topic of today, logistic connectivity. We are designing our development of the Lapan, which is a full free trade zone and free industrial zone status, which is one of the components under the special border economic zone. So the special border economic zone in Bukit Kaitam, the free zone component is represented through the development of the Lapan. So we have gotten the gazette from the government to actually gazette the whole area to be a FIZ or FIC, depending on the nature of the business and the requirement of the industry. So we are doing that. So our first focus was to do the connectivity in terms of logistics, and for that, I'm pleased to inform that we have already commenced the operation of our inland container depot in Bukit Kaitam last April. So that have a capacity of 250,000 through road transportation, lorries, which have direct connectivity to all the ports in Penang as well in down south. So that has commenced. And we are also launching our next connectivity, which is the digital connectivity. Not many people talk about connectivity in terms of digital. We are launching our data centers this coming July. It will be fully commenced, internet exchange. So that will provide the backbone. Some may not know, I'm sure 70%, 80% might not be aware of this, that we are currently having a pass-through data from Thailand to Malaysia about 8 terabytes per second, which is huge. As you know, Malaysia's data center very much concentrated in Johor because the gateway is through Singapore. Come July, in the Lapan, the gateway will be Thailand. So again, Thailand will be another gateway that we are providing for Malaysian users on this. So that will be another interesting aspect because it gives birth to data centers up north. So that's the third. The third connectivity we're looking at is the supply chain connectivity, because we are also now constructing our industrial park. We have to be honest, phase 1, when we launched the Lapan three years ago, we launched our first 500 acres. Now to demonstrate the success of this strategy of borders, we have almost closing our first phase of 500 acres in less than 3 years, almost done. This year we will be launching a more ambitious project. We are launching 1,500 acres of industrial park at the border. So another 1,500 acres we are launching, I think, probably in the second half of the year. So that gave us 2,000 acres within the last 5 years. So I would say I would say this is an achievement that we are observing, which basically solidify the expectation of investors, saying that is there potential in Malaysia-Thailand border? Yes, there are, depending if you choose the right sectors and the right timing. Why I say the right timing now? Because we enjoyed, fortunately, the branding of special economic zone seems to be the one that can whittle through the challenges of the global now with the changing of tariff and all this. The SEZ is the most flexible model to actually, as you know, in China, 20% of the GDP comes from the SEZ. 60% of the export comes from the SEZ provisions, and the FDIs, more than 50% of the FDIs enters into the SEZ. Now, what we like to see, Madam Ambassador, is that we are very much aware of Thailand having the same SEZ on the Songkhla part, which is much bigger than the SBEZ in Malaysian side. But these two SEZ, as you know, the SEZ are supposed to be integrated together. The regional economies are integrated through SEZ. So if that more closer cooperation can be done between SBEZ and Kedah and also SEZ in southern Thailand, that will be that connectivity that we're looking at, which is the supply chain connectivity. Because Dato' Moderator, I think I'm sure the rules of origin will be the change of landscape after this, the COO. So that gives the flexibility for us. And again, Thailand have a FTAs, Malaysia has a FTAs. That will be that advantages that we like to export. Am I within 8 minutes? 1 more minute. Okay. So to sum up, as I said, the Delapan ecosystem provide that ecosystem that you want: the digital connectivity, the logistic connectivity, the supply chain connectivity. So basically, what I represented are the combination of what the speakers have actually presented. So all those has been presented is summarized in this development called Delapan in Bukit Kayutam. Sir.
Thank you, Razin. Thank you so much. So that ends our first segment. The next segment will be a Q&A. I'll begin with asking them questions. Secondly, I'm going to open the floor for discussion. Finally, I'm going to give them 2 minutes each to wrap up the whole session by, inshallah, by 11:20 we'll be done. Our next moderator is here waiting anxiously to begin his session. Just one question to each one of you. What is your wish list? Razin, of course, you shared with us the progress in the last 1 year. We met last year in a different hotel, same stage, and today you gave the update. Yeah? What's your wish list in terms of bringing the two countries together to promote greater development in the southern part of Thailand, northern part of Peninsular Malaysia? Yeah? I'm going to ask each one the same question. How do you get there? You all have mandates. Yeah? Your mandate is to develop this SBZ, Delapan, MOF company, and Dato' of course, as someone who's doing the policy part in Thailand, and Dr. Nalini running the United States in Thailand, and Wan Zaid, doing this development in Mutiara in Perlis, and finally Shukri promoting development in Northern Corridor. Yeah? So what's your own personal wish list in order to achieve the mandate? You all have mandates, and one mandate, of course, is to bring about greater prosperity and now green, and in Thailand, Malaysia's advanced manufacturing, carbon emission. So very quickly, in a few minutes, before we open up the floor of discussion, just say 2 minutes each. Why? How do you get there? Yeah? There's some progress, but what's hindering you from getting to the ultimate destination of fully, you have thousands of acres in Songkla, in Natnya, in Kedah, everywhere, but how do you feel that? So, what can we all do in order to make sure that your mandate is achieved? And we go this way, starting with Razin.
Thank you. So it's easier for
2
me
minutes,
to...
2 minutes each. Yeah?
Okay, good one. So that wish list, Datuk Sri, I like to echo what has been done in the special economic zone between Singapore and Johor. I think the mantra is ease of doing business. Okay, and that has been the ultimate overarching thing in SEZ Johor, Singapore. If such approach is also been adopted at the border of Malaysia and Thailand, which is ease of doing business, I think that will drive everything. I'm not saying that it's difficult to do business, but again, there are some areas that can be improved, that can, as I said, ease of doing business will eventually lead to costs going down. So for the business people like all of us in front of here, the bottom line is all about the cost. So it's ease of doing business, we lower the cost, then people will then prefer to choose that gateway as their choice of moving the goods and people.
Thank you. That's very clear. Bringing the Johor Singapore model to southern Thailand and northern part of Peninsular Malaysia, very clear. One very clear point.
Yep. For more benefit of you, I will tell you about the secret. The secret is about you have to get to know each other, what the reason behind the scene, what the reason of the government size, what the reason of Malaysia and Thailand size, and treat the customer as your beloved family, beloved kid, for the free flow of people, free flow of good. So, yes, I would like to go to travels from Singapore to Germany by train. I think maybe one of the dream of
Singapore
you.
to Germany.
Yes.
Germany.
Why
Singapore.
not? Why
Okay.
not? Why not? Why not? Maybe one time it could be better. You can be complete the jigsaw, right? And the problem is for the next slide. You see the mixing link a lot, and this one should be show of you. One of my company have to carry on the empty container to EEC, and then just back to the Valentine, it quite spend time and cost, and then waiting at the Chengdu 20 day and go to bring the Poland with the 6,000 for the 8 day. Totally to German is about 28 day or 29 day, but actual time is about 70 day or 71 day. It's waiting a lot, about 40 or 45 day at the custom clearance, or maybe some reason. Why? Because maybe rule and regulation is different, right? We have to fix this, yes, maybe tomorrow, but action is cannot, because you don't understand the rule and regulation.
Thank you. So seamless movement from Singapore to Germany. Yeah, okay. Now it's 70, 80 days, whatever. Lots of problems at the border. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Nalini, over to you.
Okay. For the key success that why if the country would like to bring the FDI in the country, the key success is for investor. I do the research. The first one is for logistics, and the second one is supply chain. Okay, so the wish is that today I would like if we Thailand, Malaysia can be the partner collaborate with the speedy. At this time, speedy is really important. Speed, yeah, is very important, and we have to try to do something like ease of doing business. It's very important. And then, for example, at this time, we have to do the for the logistic. We have to for connect like seam like either like load. At this time, we still have some problem about the load, the linkage load between Thailand and Malaysia. And also, if we have another opportunity like the way, it will help us. And also, this is be the partner, and also maybe in the future, for example, we should be like the partner together, like maybe twin industrial estate, like brother sister, something like that. If we can help at this time. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So it's about ease of doing business. Yeah, thank you. Wanzai?
Dato' Sri, our wish list, we actually communicated to Ambassador Lada Pumas a couple of times. I think Ambassador is trying to help us as well. So what we want is a strong partner who has the same vision as us in Perlis. In Thailand, we want a Thai partner in Thailand. If we want to go as far as China, not to mention Europe, we can only do so much just within our parameter in Malaysia. The real connection to China, it has to go through Thailand, it has to go through Laos. So we need a strong partner who think alike, like us, so that they can fight for what is needed for this route to be successful on the Thai side. For instance, the Thai Bangkok to Padang Besar is still a single track. Malaysia, we already have double track. So we communicated this to Governor of State Railway Authority. So he felt the same, that a Thai corporation or Thai private company need to come in with SRT to do this together with Mutiara Perlis. So that is our wish list, Dato' Sri. We identified a few partners, but they are much bigger than us, so they probably look us as a very small company in Malaysia. But now that we've proven by doing the project, and it's almost completed in another 2 months, so I think they have to look at us differently.
Thank you. So you need a strong, beautiful Thai partner. Eh? Thank you. Shukri. With you.
Thank you, Dr. Sri. I think my wish list number one is how are we able to look into harmonizing the whole thing, harmonizing the policies to encourage more participations. We have been very strategic. We have been producing a lot of economic papers, a lot of very strategic papers about our collaborations. But what is still missing, I think personally, is that the education side of it. We should look into the tactical side of it, how we actually do this, instead of how we think it should be done. So this is, I think, the pressing issue, Dato' Sri, which I think have been in amidst for so long as well. But this is the push that we need now immediately. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Execution. So we've heard 5 wish lists, at least, or probably more from our distinguished panelists. Now it's your wish list, participants. We have got 15 minutes. Then I'm going to ask them to summarize in 2 minutes. They might have some a few urgent things to share with us. So that will come at the end. So now I'm going to open this to the floor. Identify yourselves and shoot straight away. Where's the microphone? You can come here so it can be seen by everyone. Yeah, just one question will do. Who you are and yeah.
Would it be possible to get the slides that were put up? They were excellent slides and they'd be very useful for that's all I need. Thank you.
Very simple question. I also need the slides, all of us. So the slides will be made available to everyone. Okay? On the point. Okay, thank you. Done. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Adam. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ning from Andamex. We do the importer, distributor, and export the food product, especially the halal food. Okay, one of my question is that it's very excellent slides, and we know that you prepared with the infrastructure for the railway from the Singapore toward the Thailand, Malaysia, and up to the China. Yes, but in terms of policy of the custom clearance, are there any progress on that? Because we are, as a supplier or importer, it's very big impact to us.
Thank you. This is a big issue. No one for customs here. Anyone would? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe
so we deal with that. Customs clearance. Thank you.
Maybe I'm
customs.
Okay. I give you an example at the Padang Besa. The obstacle is about the containers come to the XLA from Malaysia and then go to the Thailand, and space is not enough in that area, and you got the rule and regulation difference, and we have more in-deep inspection. You have to move the container far 1 kilometer to in-deep inspection, right? It's costing to you. That's the problem. One, the progress is about from Ministry of Transport, both Thailand and Malaysia. We try to solve this one. It's about the one-shot inspection. We try to do in this way. And another one is not start yet, but it's my recommendation. It's about joint testing center by the third-party assets. It can reduce the hard work of the government side and give the authorized to the right person. Because think about the durian or agricultural product or the food, maybe it's always increase the standard or chemical thing. So it's not sufficient for the government follow this standard sometimes. Just give the right person and represent, declare true and fair view what it is. It's correct by the law of the Malaysia, Thailand, China, or is something wrong with the China law and regulation. Just make it clear with the third-party assets, please.
Thank you. So one is to probably have less X-ray machines. There are too many X-rays, one in Malaysia, one in Thailand, one in Vietnam. So that's one. Another is the third-party, someone to do on behalf of the governments of all countries. Of course, it's got to be accepted by the various customs authorities. It is a difficult issue, I know, but we have to work on it because it's taken so long to move goods from Singapore to Germany. Thank you. Next question, please. Anyone else? Yes. Tunggu microphone. Mic coming to you. Yeah.
It's okay. I think my voice.
I can. Okay.
Can't hear.
Use the microphone.
Okay. Good morning, Dato' Sri, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, your cross-border physical connectivity project are good, but a good question for Thailand. Are you going to implement the Kra canal?
Okay.
That one, are you going to implement that? If you implement that, then your route all will be
This is
disrupted
question
a
for
lot.
the ambassador. Okay?
So Thailand, please
Not-
clarify whether the
Okay.
canal, Southern
Okay.
Thailand
Kau
canal
nak tahu
will be
the canal.
implemented. Okay, Car Tunnel, thank you.
It's 100 kilo about, it's about the project of the land bridge, but we still wait and see for feasibility project. And actually we have several scenarios for this one. And let's see at the end of this year what is the conclusion. I can say it like this, but the government still confirm for this project to keep going.
I'm not from Thailand, but I read somewhere a decision will be made in the next few months. This is the connection between Andaman, from Andaman to the Gulf of Thailand. Yeah. So from what I read, it's going to be August, September. Government of Thailand will make a decision. This is something that Malaysia is, of course, expecting. Many of us, not just Malaysia, Singapore as well. It's got implications to many of us. Thank you. So in reply to that, the answer is wait until September this year. Thank you. Next. Next, yes.
Yes, good morning to Your Excellency, the distinguished panel, and the moderator. My name is Joseph. The question I wish to pose is how the products manufactured in Thailand, in terms of costing, match with the products from China. What is the edge Thailand has got against China in terms of costing as well as quality or what have you?
Okay, this is competitiveness of Thailand vis-a-vis China in manufacturing, and who can respond to that? Is Thailand and China, how competitive are you in terms of costs? Yeah? Okay, we'll come back. Next question. It's a tough question. We'll come back to that. Okay.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Good morning, Dr. Sri. We already heard about from Police and Kedah. So, is there anything that Dr. Sri from Kelantan can share?
That will come at the end. You wait. I'll come to that at the end. Okay.
So that's how.
Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. I understand what you mean. I'll respond to that. Yes, please.
Good morning to everyone. Malaysia and Thailand is powerhouse for tourism in ASEAN. Rather than we competing, can we create a branding, togetherness, especially tourism as connectivity, using tourism through connectivity, and we initiate that branding to the world. And many things can be done from this mechanism.
Thank you. Collaboration in promoting tourism. Malaysia and Thailand now we appear to be going separate ways, but your point is someone working on this joint promotion of Malaysia-Thailand as a single destination perhaps, or not just Malaysia-Thailand, ASEAN is a single destination. Anyone here expert on tourism? From the floor perhaps? Anyone want to respond to that? Tourism? Ambassador? Yeah.
Actually, I would like to inform you that Thailand and Malaysia are now talking on one initiative we call One Destination, 6 Countries in ASEAN. So we didn't see tourism, it's competing between each other. We welcome more Malaysian tourists to come to Thailand and vice versa. We also see how Thai tourists, or not only Thai tourists, but ASEAN tourists can come to Malaysia, especially in light of Malaysia Visit Year 2026 next year. So I think we are doing quite well. We're still under discussion how to fully go forward with some of our partners in ASEAN. And also this is in light of ASEAN Chairmanship 2025. So I think tourism, and besides tourism, we have like halal tourism that we also can cooperate together for the future of the southern of Thailand and the north of Malaysia. That's another sector besides halal food. That also can reaffirm our commitment of collaboration in a very productive manner. And that's the answer for tourism. But I would like to pose a question to Kun Natawut, because our colleague from Andamex mentioned about the custom clearance. You mentioned about one-shot inspection and joint testing center. So is there any timeline for this to be implemented and when it will be fully realized to help ease of doing business? Because we would love to support the logistic part, which is maybe one of the big challenge of the connectivity between Thailand and Malaysia.
Thank you. We're running short of time. I think that's the last question. The rest you ask from Tan Siso, the next panel. Okay. You one final one? Just because yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera and stand Sri. And we have also the Honorable Miss Lada Puma and Puan Zaintun from the Ministry of Economic. My name is Roshidan Rusmi from Padamsa. First, I want to touch about the benefit to our people, both sides, Malaysia and Thailand.
Can you go direct to the question? Yeah, okay.
Yes, so far there's the government policies and the policy of a border. They just focus on defense, security, and immigration. Less given to the about the border economic policies, especially the small traders and social enterprise. So we suggest that from our platform now today, we can focus
economic
on the
business,
benefit. Yes.
It's not just defense, security, of course. Today it's more about
yes, so we also wait for IMTGT, what benefit to our people, but since 1993 until now, and that to have a lot of knowledge about it.
Okay, thank you. So one more? Yeah, one last one, and then I'll get our panelists to speak for 2 minutes each, and I'll do the concluding remarks, and that's it.
Thank you, Dato'. So first of all, I want to thank you for everyone's presentation, and there are two phrases, and I want to compliment. The first one is from one speech. You talk about we should look beyond Thai Malaysia, and I totally agree. We not look only Thai Malaysia, but should be Thai Malaysia plus blah blah blah. I think that's a good idea. And the other one is from Tato Simastaba. You talk about we need government to drive many things. That's I think it's a key word to all of us. And I want to answer the audience questions about the cost in China is compared with the region. And as we know that many products from China to these regions, and I think we cannot compare with them because when they produce 100,000 pieces, why we produce 10,000 pieces, it's the cost we cannot compare. But we have idea. We have our idea to create something different from them. So I think that's the value added from this region, okay? And my questions to Malaysian team, it's how can Thai SMEs leverage these projects to expand into Malaysian market?
Thank you.
Yeah,
You've
thank
got
you.
a few observations, one question, which is Thai SMEs. So we'll start with Shukri and then Muzaid. Can you begin in that order? Yeah. This is your final words. Yeah, 1.5 minutes each.
Okay. A quick answer is that you come to Malaysia, our incentives are very superior to what you're offering in Thailand. So that is, I think, quite straightforward. I mean, this data is available. This data is available in the MITI and MIDA website. We know that, and we know also what you're offering to the investors as well. Our tariff, our water, and our fiscal and non-fiscal, what I call it, perhaps incentive. That is how you can come in. What I'm saying is that come to Malaysia, we provide you the incentive, but we don't control. We have no repatriation of profit control. So you work here, make money in Malaysia, spend in Thailand, spend in London. So I think that's the idea about encouraging more Thailand investors coming to Malaysia.
Thank you very much. Good one, Zaid.
I'd like to answer Kun Pla question just now about SMEs. But I have to answer it from the point of view of Perlis Inland Port being at the border of Malaysia and Thailand. So I give you this analogy. If a Thai company, after they've gone through the entire Thai market, it's only natural for them to go out to the neighboring states. Expansion, they want expansion. They've done Thailand, now I want to go out. So probably they would choose Malaysia instead of Laos, because Laos is a small market. Malaysia is a 33 million market. If you add Sumatra and Singapore, it'll be bigger. So the best for the Thai company to come to Malaysia is to be headquartered in the Klang Valley, here in Kuala Lumpur, maybe a cheaper place, Shah Alam or Klang. That's the best place. It's a no-brainer. You have your company in this area. But then you are already operating in Thailand. Your manufacturing, the production facility are in Thailand. So what you need to add to that is a bridge in the middle where you can hold your stocks. So that could be Perlis. It could also be Kedah at our friend Razwin's place. It doesn't matter, it's your preference. You have more inclination towards trade, it can be in Perlis. If you have invested in hauliers, you might want to go in Kedah. So that's where I think the companies should be looking at. Where do they want to place their activity? So likewise, Malaysian, if they want to go to Thailand, they're now based in Klang Valley, so it's natural, they go to Bangkok. Right, you don't go to Chiang Rai or Chiang Mai. So the same thing, Perlis is there to assist both sides of the domestic markets.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Nalini. Dr. Nalini, and then, you go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I try to answer of your question as much as I can. For this question, probably as fast as we can fit the raw of both sides at the same standard. I think the office, the custom is a Ministry of Finance, and it's about to fix the law. If they can fix faster, or it can be fast. It depends, but they will very much hope at the end of this year or next year, I think. And another answer is about competitive advantage. ASEAN standard. The counterpart of this one, rather than cost and product, is about the quality and customer protection. Like what I say, I want my beloved family and my kids get the good quality of food and products. It means customer protection should be high enough for the good health. And this one, that's what I say, we need the third-party asset. And once with the social network to make the complaint on the process with the law of customer protection.
Thank you. Dr. Nalini.
Yeah. For the constraint for maybe like key success factor for the SME, not only like incentive, not only ease of doing business, not only like strategic location, but the important thing like all combined with like government support. That anyway, if we can be like strong partner together with between us, or I think maybe like the goal today for us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
My quick answer on this is that Southern Thailand and Malaysia, we need to change the facade of our border. Our border has been like that for many years. So what we are doing now, for example, the initiative of PIP and Bukit Kahitam, we are changing the facade of the logistic setups. So the logistic setup at the border now will be the updated version, the sophisticated and efficient, which is, I believe most of us can agree, the facade that we're looking at the border now has been like 30 years in place. So we need to change the facade. the facade of manufacturing and the facade of the commercial. We need to set up commercial centers. Now, when you have commercial center, then that will become the livability. Then people will now come to the border and do business. So we need to inject that new breathing into the border. I think on our part, we are doing the same now. We are injecting new facade at the Bukit Kayu Hitam, including the commercial settings.
Thank you very much for those very sound, solid responses. Facade is about perfume and cosmetics. Yeah? It's been like that for many, many years. Yeah? Tired looking, new paint perhaps, better perfume coming from Malaysia and Thailand, not just Thailand, Malaysia as well. Anyway, it's been a pleasure chairing this session. Thank you once again. I start with a very unhappy remark. This is in reply to Helmi's question. His question was, why is Kelantan not here? So I'll associate myself with him. I'm not happy here because my state is not being represented here. Hopefully next year will be a bit about Kelantan as well. That's the unhappy part. But in general, this has been a very happy moment for many of us. Yeah? I'm glad to be able to moderate this. Firstly, as you all know, this is a big year for Malaysia. We chair ASEAN, and I know that Ambassador Joji is doing a lot to help the Foreign Minister to make sure that things happen in the way that we want. So very important year. So ASEAN is about 10 countries, inshallah 11. But ASEAN, of course, will do better if bilateral, on the uptrend, better ties between Malaysia and so ASEAN is what it's now because we enjoy close ties with Thailand, with Singapore. Malaysia is close to everyone, but more so with our closest neighbors. Yeah? So Thailand is our closest neighbor. So this will complement whatever we are doing at the higher level. So as I said in the beginning, both PMs are doing the work very well, but it requires a lot of help from the business community. So today we brought together the business communities of Malaysia and Thailand. A splendid job. Last year, not too many this year, full house. So well done, everyone. But as mentioned by many of you here, the clue to a better future is execution. It's goodwill, closer ties, don't fight like India, Pakistan. Yeah, if you don't fight, then you can focus on stability. Stability is important for ASEAN, for Malaysia. Malaysia and Thailand, we've never been fighting. So we keep it that way. ASEAN is the oasis of stability in the world. So peace, stability, very important. We have to work closely with each other. But more importantly, we need to be inclusive. Development is got to be inclusive. Southern Thailand is not doing well. A lot of poverty. Patani has got the highest poverty rate in Thailand. And Malaysia is Sabah, but Kelantan is not too far away. So we have to do a lot more in the context of inclusive development. SMEs, your point about SMEs, yeah? Not just by the big boys, the Bangkok Bank, CP, Sam Dhabi is also with the smaller people. So it's inclusive. This is a priority for both governments. And once again, we're pleased to see closer ties between the two countries, unprecedented, the many visits at the border, meetings at the border. In my life, I've been around for a long time. I've never seen the number of visits, increased frequency of visits at the border, which sends a very powerful signal, and that will bring up NCIA, that will bring up Mutiara, that will bring IAT, and SDC, and also NGX. So these are the 5 key players this morning. Thank you once again. It's a pleasure moderating this. See you again next year. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much. Please give a big round of applause to our moderator and esteemed panelists. If you can kindly remain on stage for a group photo, the photographer. Maybe to be seated or standing? Okay. preparing for the next panel, so you might take some few minutes to get some refreshment. Bangkok Bank Berhad. Please welcome our moderator and panelists on stage.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Her Excellency Ambassador Lada Pon Saiton from Ministry of Economy and distinguished speakers and guests. I'm happy to moderate the session today. Let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Duong Rutai. I'm the Deputy Director of the Center for IMTGT Sub-Regional Cooperation. So IMTGT plays a key role in strengthening the ties and economic development and cooperation between Indonesia, Thailand, and Malaysia, meaning covering the south of Thailand, the Peninsula Malaysia, as well as Sumatra Island. So today we have the opportunity to hear from the business and industry leaders from Thailand and Malaysia. And it is a very relevant and timely discussion now that we have the uncertainties among the geopolitical tension, trade uncertainties, as well as rising protectionism that the business are facing. And it also, and opportunities arising from these challenges on how we look at the strengthening cooperation within the sub-region as well as especially in Thailand and Malaysia. So without further ado, I will start with Kun Chusak Chun Prayot, the Vice Chairman of the Thai Chamber of Commerce. So Kun Chusak have a lot of experience in spanning from international trade, logistics, agricultural exports, and currently he's also the president of KC Fresh, the key exporters of fruits and vegetables from Thailand to EU and market. So maybe Kun Chusak can first start by sharing us how the business is impacted by the current shifting of geopolitical landscape, and how do you manage or adapting your strategies to navigate these challenges, as well as what opportunities do you see from the cooperation between Thailand and Malaysia? There's a lot of questions, sorry, but I think the first round maybe you have about 6 to 7 minutes, and then we go back to the second round. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. I may not answer the question at the question because I think this session in the morning, first session, is very good information. I may share something about that, how to think about on the private sector. I can say the Thai Chamber of Commerce is the leader of the private in Thailand. We have worked hand to hand with the government, many government in the past as well. And we share our view how to change Thailand, how to develop Thailand. The good question how to doing the business from the government. But that is a barrier on everything. I think not only Thailand, the other countries in ASEAN as well. It's the same strategy on that. In case we can change that one, I think ASEAN Summit will be in Kuala Lumpur this month. Make it happen that ASEAN have no border anymore. Talk about border. You have to talk about problem at the border, the regulation, everything, custom. If that one can make it happen in ASEAN, like in EU, so do you think how we can develop the people, SMB, big company in ASEAN country to be one? I don't think the ASEAN is not, it's one now. It's still separate on many issues. If we can go up into EU regulation, one regulation for EU country, that can change the world. The geopolitical issue now, no one think about that. Now one day it happened. And it happened that affect everybody, everyone in the region, in the world, with that policy. Why we have to live on that? Why we can go away from that problem? We have to think how to go away. And I can say from my experience, our regional area, ASEAN, Asia, that is the greatest opportunity. I think we can survive within our regional trade with a very good logistic provider. When you talk about police, that's land port, something like that, you have to think about how to make it multimodal logistic. And the question concerned to food, halal food. I think the Muslim country around the world, it's quite a big opportunity for halal food. Hand in hand, Thailand and Malaysia can work together. I propose borderless between Thailand and Malaysia. No border, no issue about the problem at barrier. That is something stuck in all the problem. If that one can less up, first, Thailand, Malaysia, no border anymore. You can imagine how the opportunity can bring to those our two countries. Think about that. I think that for sure it's not easy because the government sector still think another way. But we, private sector, we think how to make it happen and how to create the opportunity for the people, our people. Trade or no, or people allow these two countries. There lacks of the opportunity to go into the business because of many regulation concerned to each government. Not easy, I believe on that, but we have to think the way how we can go on that one. First step, Thailand, Malaysia, is very close. You dream about how to transport the good from Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, China into Europe. It's a long way to go, a very long way. It's stuck everywhere. Every country have their own regulation. First thing, think how make it happen in Thailand and Malaysia. And then that will be connected. You cannot send anything to China without Thailand. We are in the middle of the connectivity. So the network has to be set up and then make it happen. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Laos, or China. You talk about the railway transportation. I can see from the experience, many things still have a long way to construct the railway. We talk about that many times here back in ASEAN. But road condition is very good in Malaysia, Thailand. We can connect that one first, make it happen today. Make the trade today with the existing facility you have. Only regulation have to be amended to change according to the changing of the world trading around the world. And that can if everybody can make it happen, I think hand in hand, in Thailand, luckily, the government listen and acknowledge our recommendation. The recommendation, we try to make it not for the trade, not for ourselves, it's for the country. Many things have been changed a lot during last 7-6 years back. But I think this issue is very much depend on the political issue. If the political issue is stable and open mind to listen for the fact how to make it implemented, then the problem can be solved. I don't think the global geopolitical make trouble to us. We think that it's opportunity. We never think about how we can create a new business among the regional area. That a big market can be explored. But we need to have a good cooperation, either public, private, 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 or public, public. This is the point that the public has to be clear and change any unnecessary regulation. When you talk about to send export durian, Musang King, not easy. Many issues concern to sanitary and phytosanitary. You cannot export your pet from Malaysia to Thailand. Thailand cannot export the pet into Malaysia. China do not allow if they found something not correct in phytosanitary. You see? But how to make it happen in one regulation? You imagine in the AU country, one paper go to 27 countries. That makes a lot of opportunity for trade and traveling as well. So I think this point, if ASEAN summit this month, let's have this one. We already proposed this idea to our government. Think about that. Because if you don't change today, somebody will change you. I don't know who. But you want them to change you or you want to change yourself? This is the point. But I think many people have, many countries, let's say, have a lot of idea. 1 million, if my time is over. So I think this is the point that the government, let's say in ASEAN, is open mind to talk. Many regulations up in the discussion area, up, but never go down. When somebody had to make execution or implemented that regulation, oh, a long way to go. When they talk in on the table in the room, everything clear and clean. We can do that, we can do that, and but when you implement it, oh my goodness, a lot of barriers come up because the information flow down is not 100%. So I mean, in this idea, I think network information flow and chain everything that is not necessary to do at the moment. We are in the Gen AI now. They can help a lot. Many things can be under Gen AI. Think about that. Yeah, I think this is something that if we can share on the private sector and the public sector open mind to think about and share it together, one hand cannot do anything. So that is something I would like to share the first view to that. So the logistics is a very important issue to link everyone, either people or trade or goods. Without logistics, nothing happens. But you have to have the service provider in a good manner how to do that. And that is to be trusted by the government because most of the logistics provided is from the private sector. It's not the government sector. So it means trust on that to do on the third party, something like that, on behalf of the public sector. Then problem can be solved a lot and make life more easy. So we don't have to think about ease of doing business because we do ourselves. So change that one. Not easy. We in Thailand, we still need a lot of time to change, but still struggle somewhere. But with the new generation, with the new IT, with the Gen AI, everything can be solved easily compared to the old day. I'm old man now. So in the old fashion, maybe it's not suitable to the new fashion. But I will very advanced on that. So this problem, we talk about that during the time I work for the industry, air freight industry. We think about that for a long time. Yeah. In Penang, I have been that 30 years back. We have a great idea to build Penang as a port of semiconductor at that time. Intel is there. Yeah. I think that is something already developed in the western part of Malaysia. So Thailand, southern part, Malaysia, northern part have to be one. We don't have to think about the border anymore. Then you can conduct everywhere in the ASEAN or in Europe if you want to do that. That is 6 minutes now. Thank you very much.
You have, thank you, Khun Susak. You have another round to also respond. So I think you touched on many interesting topics and also linked to the previous section that the government effort already began on, and a lot of progress made on creating multimodal connectivity between the two countries, and also on the soft infrastructure, that's the area where we need to improve on, especially on the CIQ procedures. So maybe let's move on to the next speaker. So let's hear from Malaysian business side. Would like to invite Honorable Tan Sri Dato Sotialai, the president of the Malaysian manufacturer, to share with us about the challenges you're facing, among the geopolitical tension and trade uncertainties, and also what opportunities do you see from strengthening the cooperation between Thailand and Malaysia?
Good morning. Sawadi Tongjakrap. Happy morning to Her Excellency Ms. Lada, moderator, panelists, and all participants. From my point of view, I would like to share the current global trade ecosystem. Maybe you all know, total world trade at the moment is around US 33 trillion. Now, with the import to USA, total value is around US 4 trillion. Now, I want to bring back to ASEAN. ASEAN total trade, US 3.5 trillion. Now, the whole ASEAN total trade is equal to or less than the total import of USA. Now, with the USA reciprocal tariff, what will happen to those exporters currently are exporting to USA with 4 trillion US? This is a serious impact and will disrupt the whole world trade ecosystem. And world trade become war trade. Now, the issue is because all countries currently being impacted by the US reciprocal tariff. What are the action plans that each country currently are working on it? Malaysia, ASEAN, the whole world are trying all the best how to negotiate. Now, the Trump policy is no policy because they change policy all the time. So it's uncertain. Now, I would like to bring back into how our ASEAN intra-trade can further improve. Now, this is geopolitical dynamics. Now, do we want to reshore our supply chain? Or do we want to enhance our resilience through the ASEAN coordinations, cooperations, and total unity? we have ASEAN Economic Community. Will it be the ASEAN Economic Community be further enhanced and improve the system so that the whole of ASEAN is able to converse, to make business friendly policy throughout the whole ASEAN. Now, I want to also quote an example in European Union. European Union, their total trade is around euro 7 to 8 trillion. But their intra-EU trade is around 55%. So it means that it's around 4 trillion euro. Why European Union can have 55% intra-trade? Why ASEAN only 22.3%? That one only 700 billion of intra-ASEAN trade. Why? We have been talking about ASEAN Economic Community for years. And yet our trade between the ASEAN is only 22.3%. Our trade Malaysia with Thailand almost equal. No surplus or no deficit. Some of the year we surplus, some of the year Thailand surplus, holding around 11, 12 billion or 13 billion US. But the only thing is Thailand always overtake Malaysia. You know which sector? Tourism. Tourism, last year, Malaysia go to Thailand about 4 million. Okay? But Thailand come to Malaysia 1.67 million. But maybe Malaysians need to further improve on this. This is also opportunity. What I would like to suggest 5 proposals. Number one, can we set up Thailand-Malaysia supply chain network? This is between B2B. And we enhance our connectivity between business to business to enhance the trade between the supply chain. It started from micros, SMEs until large local companies. Number 2, I want to propose to have at southern Thailand and the police northern of Malaysia side to have a Thailand-Malaysia joint industrial park for SMEs and focus on few areas. Focus on resource base, focus on food, focus on automotive components and rubber related products. So that you can link all the SMEs together under this special investment zone and we work together, Thailand and Malaysia. And we want to set up this, I suggest government to government. Government to government also need to set up a special task force. What we call is MSMEs, Special Task Force, government to government, to monitor and to enhance the growth. Because SMEs are the backbone, not only in Malaysia side. I believe Thailand also has the largest portion of SMEs. The third proposal I would like to propose is to have ASEAN digital access or ASEAN digital solutions between all ASEAN countries, and can we come out our ASEAN business card, like APEC card? It means that within the ASEAN, the business community, we just use one card that for the business convenience, because ASEAN business card, and to create an ASEAN green lane for all the businesses. Then all the ASEANs, the business will grow together. For ASEAN, we need to have inclusivity and we need to grow together as one region, because under the current geopolitical scenario and dynamism is very fluid and keep on changing, and how are we going to handle? Because European Union have their own strategies, America already have their own special strategies, Africa countries, all other countries have their own strategies. ASEAN, we need to create our own unique system to handle all the impacts. Another one is, I would like to suggest, is to reduce the NTB, non-tariff barriers. Now, why I want to link to AEC. The ASEAN Economic Community not that effective as of today because too many non-tariff barriers among the ASEAN countries. We have MRA, Mutual Recognition Agreement, that we have recognized. But this MRA, to a certain degree, is there. But major degree is not there. Because country to country, they have very specific quality standards that very difficult to communicate and the other party they able to accept. Example, pharmaceuticals. So, and machineries, specifications, and all this. Can we come out ASEAN standards that commonly we can accept because ASEAN is one entity. The last one I would like to suggest is to business enhancement scheme. For example, FMA, Federation of Malaysian Manufacturing, we can work very closely with Federation of Thai Industries. And we have all the network open up and we can link association to association. Not only that, FMA. Malaysia have many trade organizations. Then we can link up with other trade organizations like Thailand Chambers, Malaysia National Chamber of Commerce, all we can link up together. Then we work together for the common goal, for the common betterment of ASEAN, and also for the enhancement of Thailand and Malaysia. Let us grow together and enrich together. This is my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri Dato. I think you give a lot of homework for us, the public sector, to work on and how to speed up all these bottlenecks and enhance the ties between the two countries. Next, let's hear from representative from the Thai Federation of Thai Industries, Kun Surachat Chawatana. He's the Vice President of the Trang Council FTI for Thailand. So could you also share with us how the current scenario make the industry re-evaluating the supply chain strategies in response to the global supply chain disruption? And are there any specific sectors where you see immediate potential for deeper cooperation between Thai and Malaysia? Yeah, please.
I stand, stand up, sit too long. Okay, สวัสดีครับ Selamat pagi, Your Excellency, Secretary, Chairman, CEO, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so thank you for this opportunity. We are meeting at a time of fundamental change in global trade. The predictability that once came with rules-based global order is giving way to a more fragmented, uncertain environment. For Thai industries, this is more than a headline. It's a signal to act. In response, Thai companies are revisiting the very foundations of their supply chain strategies. We are seeing a shift from just in time to just in case. Businesses are no longer focused solely on cost efficiency, but are actively building resilience into their operations. This has led to three clear trends. First, regional diversification, a move away from relying too heavily on any one country or corridor. Second, investment in smart logistics, including digital tracking, warehousing, automation, and multimodal transport. Third, a renewed focus on food and resource security, ensuring that supply chains for critical goods are reliable and adaptable. For Thailand, this strategic shift opens the door to deeper, high-value cooperation with partners who share our goals. Malaysia is one of the most promising of those partners. Let me give you some example. In agri-food and food processing, there's a real potential to build joint cold chain infrastructure, co-develop food safety standards, and strengthen export capability across ASEAN and the Middle East. Thai producers bring agricultural scale. Malaysian firms bring halal compliance, packaging expertise, and access to key logistic routes. In logistics and warehousing, we see Malaysian firms leading in port efficiency and digital customs. Meanwhile, Thai companies are investing heavily in last mile delivery and cross-border transport tech. Merging this capability could create an integrated logistic corridor that outperforms competitors in both cost and reliability. And in electronics and precision manufacturing, Thai firms are looking at dual location production strategies, including in Johor and Penang, to mitigate risk and scale more flexibly across the region. This isn't about shifting supply chains from one country to another. It's about co-creating supply ecosystems that are diversified, scalable, and competitive. As a private sector, you understand better than anyone that resilience isn't built overnight, but today's environment demands that we start now by forming regional partnerships, investing in joint infrastructure, and sharing data and innovation. And I would like to finish with the ASEAN motto: one vision, one identity, and one community. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kun Surachat. And last, let's hear from the banking and financial sector. Kun Kanet, the CEO of Bangkok Bank Berhad. Could you please share with us today how any emerging financing opportunities or new demand for services amid these turbulent times, and also what kind of financial tool or facilities that can the bank offer to help the businesses, especially MSMEs, to navigate against the geopolitical and trade risk. Thank you.
Thank you, Kap. Your Excellency and guest, my name is Kenneth from Bangkok Bank. Thank you for allowing myself to be here. I guess, first of all, I would like to remind ourselves, start with myself every morning. Risk is there. Disruptions is compulsory for us to overcome. The tensions between what's going on right now used to be abnormal, but it is normal now. 3 years ago, we have Russian-Ukraine. Before that, it was COVID. And now we have another disruptions, another form of disruptions, but the impact of that one is perhaps significant. First, we have to learn things about what's going on, and then I remind myself every time we see disruptions. There's two things that we have to really think about it: emotional and logical thinking of that one. Many of us, including myself, when we have disruptions, the emotional part take over our thinking mindset, and then forcing us to really do something different. Now, if you live with this fact that disruptions is is something that we cannot get away. Like in the morning, we have to walk out from the house, those kind of things. We are facing with risk. Something that we just want to talk about it, or we don't want to talk about it. That is part of life. This is something that I don't want to bore you guys with. The political tensions is out there. So two things that everyone would have to think about it is cost
of doing or taking action or cost of not doing anything? Which one is more significant and which one is important at the right time? And we are, most of us here, I believe all of us is in some form of decision making on that one. From that one, I'll come back to the stakeholder. Bank, the role of bank have been changing. Right now, the bank are a facilitator. Throughout the whole ecosystem supply chain, bank is perhaps the last one that would be part of the ecosystem. Now the role of the bank is just purely facilitators. Talking about loan, we mobilize funding from depositor, investor to the one that need the money. That's the role. In terms of trade, we facilitate the fund flow from buyer to the seller and this kind of thing. That is something that we have to live on. Now we have to recognize that the world is changing. The way that people, including the bank, is doing is different. Regulations is more important than before because we are living in the world of orders. What happened right now, because the raw regulation is changing somewhat, we are not really comfortable. There's something that we have to really think it through, and then really sit down and come back to the first two questions I'm asking. What is the cost of doing thing, and what is the cost of not doing thing on that one, and try to implement on that. When the banks is looking into things, the three pillars that's important to the bank. Usually, today and futures, the way the bank looking things are more or less the same, but the magnitude of that is different. The first thing is the bank looking into industry. What industry that the customer or even the bank are engaging in? Now we're talking about ASEAN. Now we talk about perhaps EV car, those kind of things. That's what we call industry. Then lead to the next pillar that the bank is looking to is called management. If you talk about the government, it's another, some form of management of a larger stakeholder with a state or country react to that one. Policy is similar to CEO or, whoever, even the garage, those kind of things, make decision to move on. That is called strategy. It's the way that stakeholder react to industry and regulations. The combine of the two lead to what we call financial performance. That is the most important things in which the bank are looking to. Then, if the risk is just too significant, the bank is look way to hedge the risk. It's called credit enhancement. Perhaps, security or those kind of things. That's the way the bank workings. Now, what I would like to emphasize to all of us is, if we think about this one, is another crisis that we have to really overcome. A few things that I would like you to really think about. The first one is trust. Banking is the way of trust are connecting between each other. The bank trusts you, the bank provides certain things. If you don't trust the bank, you walk away from the bank. It's come from the first thing, trust. And then the second issue is very important, is accountability and reliability on that one. If you have a counterparty in which that you trust, you can counting on them, now you have leverage to go into the crisis. If you don't, it's a risk that you have to take is quite significant. So this is something that bank is similar to any other business that every one of you are engaging, but just another form on that one. When we see the crisis, another crisis coming in, the first thing that we do, we're calling up all the customer to understand what they need. So that is go back to the first pillar I'm talking to. We have to understand the industry. We have to understand what the strategy in which the customer is doing. From that, we can form some way of, enhancement to really serve the customer. That's what we do. It's the approach that I've just mentioned is, getting larger and larger with the bigger banks, in Thailand, the stake of Bangkok Bank is perhaps more significant than Bangkok Bank in Malaysia. Bangkok Bank very hard, but the way that we're looking things are the same. Then, among the crises, the most important thing that I would like to emphasize to everyone, profit and loss is not that important. The most important for every crisis is liquidity. So you can bear on all the margin loss whatsoever, it's a matter of when, but you cannot live without liquidities on that one. So to go back to another crisis, geopolitical tensions, what I would like to emphasize to everyone, we have enough liquidities to withstand the crisis for another one cycle, 1 quarter, 2 quarters. That is very important. If you don't, please try to work with your bank, your stakeholder, ensure that you have at least 1 to 2 quarters liquidity to survive. It's a game of cash, it's a game of liquidity. When you have liquidity, you have more bargaining power, and you can overcome a lot of things. Role of banks, again, it's facilitators. Bank talking different language, perhaps because the industry that the bank is doing is somewhat different, because the bank is in financial service, whereby companies are perhaps engaged in the tangible industry or so on. Same thing with respect to Bangkok Bank, we see this one true. That's why about 6 years ago, we invest significantly in one country called Indonesia. Because we see the crisis coming, we prepare ourselves, we ask ourselves cost of doing things and cost of not doing things. The second one is significant, so we take initiative before things had happened. Now we have a bank called Permata. We migrate our asset in which that we are in Indonesia with Permatas. Before Bangkok Bank on board, Permata is not within the top 10 in Indonesia, but after Bangkok Bank on board, we are in the top 10. Same things. Come down to Malaysia, we have to really understand what the niche market. Bangkok Bank, we are in the era of wholesale. That's what we do the best here. So we stick with that, and then we leverage on what we have. And then we have to talk to ourselves, like every one of you talking to yourself every day. What is the value added in which we can do to the customer? We as Bangkok Bank, we do the same things. Banking is communities. You can go to any bank, get the same things. But, for us, we have to talk to ourselves, what is the value added the Bangkok Bank have? So, Bangkok Bank, we have network in every countries in ASEAN, but Brunei. So, this is the one, we are one of, among a few Asian banks that have operation in South ASEAN. Apart from that, we have operation in Japan, China, and so on. And we have operation in New York and London. That is where we landscape ourselves there. Same things. We have to prioritize our resources. And then we have to lesson learn. Before the financial crisis in 1997, Bangkok Bank was one of the largest banks in ASEAN, but that was history. Now we have to find a way to come up with a need, and then come up with a way that we can serve our customer. Because if the customer not doing well, we can't survive. So it's come back to 2 things that I talk to myself every morning. Cost of doing things and cost of not doing things. I wish I answered your question, ma'am.
Thank you, Internet. Yeah, actually, you also answer the question and also highlight the very important point in highlighting the trust as well as liquidity. And I think we can also look at that from the macro perspective as well regarding the Thailand and Malaysia cooperation. So trust, so meaning the government need to work together to create trust so that we can ensure that the cooperation is smooth when looking at liquidity, I think we also talk about the efficiencies of how we are supporting the business to do the cross-border trade, logistics, and all that. So I think that concludes for the first round, and I think we have maybe a few minutes to get the question from the floor. I think the floor is open. If anyone would like to raise the question, please also mention like the question that you would like to address to which speaker.
Thank you, the panelists, for the briefing and also your constructive ideas in this session, and also for being moderator. My question is for FTI, Kun Surachat, and Tansi Sotianlai. You can talk on and on with a bigger picture, like in ASEAN or region. However, I wish to gain some of your wisdom and knowledge a little bit, bringing closer to Thai, Malaysia, especially along the border. When you talk about building the resilience in time of these uncertainties, challenge of geopolitics, geoeconomics landscape, how do you see this will bring opportunity to the southern of Thailand and the northern of Malaysia in terms of business opportunities, and how can we overcome it? I would love to mention that sometime when we build some task force or committee or set up something that is rigid, maybe it's also one of the challenge, and it's not be able to move faster in light of business opportunities. So my question is how to, can you identify some of possible area, like from this morning session, like in police, in Kedah, in Kelantan, in Terengganu, in Perak, how it can be linked to opportunities of the business in Thailand, in the southern of Thailand.
It's always the case. Policies are policies. Sometimes it's like TNT, talk and talk. The execution is an issue because this one point out to how the country emphasize on your SMEs and how our SMEs, whether they can respond to the latest development of value creation. For example, let's say southern Thailand and northern part in Perlis. Let's say we want to grow on food security sectors. Just a simple one, just the food. How do we do it? Now, whether the Malaysia side or we can promote all our industrial park, our policies, is it synchronized with what the Thailand investors looking for? Because the Thailand investors, they have different perspective. Malaysia's authorities, their policies have different perspective. Do we talk? Do we converse and come out good policies that both sides can accept? That's why I propose that we need to have a joint venture together. Thai SMEs, Malaysia SMEs, let us work together to grow a business. Example, let's say you want to have your pineapple can manufacturing, let's say in Perlis that side. Because Thailand is very successful in terms of canned food, or fruits are also very successful. So how are we going to move some of them? Let's say in Perlis side or Kedah, their land, all this and that, they can produce a better or low cost cash crops. So if you are able to work together a better policy, you can buy a competitive price, then you can do the process there, and this can be export under one brand. Two companies can create one single brand. So it's how we want to look at the value creations. The value proposition is depend both countries, both policy, both countries can come up. But sometimes the policies of the two countries, the top level politicians are talking. But actual on the ground is the one who talk about dollar and cents. So the businessman said that if I spend so much money in southern Thailand, how much do I able to generate so that I can pay my staff at the end of the days, I still have my surplus. None of the manufacturing companies or investors will invest a losing companies for years. They can have a gestation period. Okay, a gestation period. Now, I want to link to banks. Can a bank, when you invest a joint venture company or company in any of the industrial park, you continuously lose 5 years and see? The bank will pull your line. Sorry, Bank of Bank. Bank's policy is very simple. I can support you. You also need to grow and generate your value. That's it. Because there are many depositors inside the banks. Always a joke lah. Banks always, rainy day, they will take away the umbrella. Sunny day, give you many umbrellas. But it's joke only, I don't know. But anyway, banking system is part of the whole business ecosystem. I want to share my thought is the execution. And assurancy is, we know that sometimes we want to come out joint industrial park. There are many obstacles. But we need to work on it and come out and stay focused which area you want to carry on, which sectors. Then it can enhance the Thailand southern part, can enhance your people. Like in police, what are the sectors? I would like to see more on F&B and food processing and anything related to resource base. That one we can work on it. The issue is policies, the both sides need to have a better understanding and acceptable by both sides. This is my comments.
Since the questions is to both of us.ครับ. Hello. Oh. Accident. Okay, maybe they want to take a break. It's okay. Thank you, Your Excellency. The questions, in my opinion, I think first of all, both our sides have the same mindset, the same goal first. We have to study what is our mutual benefit, what's the obstacle, and yeah, we have to have the same mindset, same goal to push the project. And second, we have to communication. We have to talk a lot. Because when you, for example, someone talk about Malaysians travel to Thailand, right? I think if Malaysian push more promotion, roadshow to Thailand to tell the Thai people, how's Malaysian? Where's your place? Where's your food? I think that will increase more tourists from Thai to Malaysia, right? Same as the project here that we are going to discussions. I think it's the same way. If you want the investment come, you need to go out to tell them who you are, where you locate, what your service giving them, right? So I think today is a good opportunity for the Thai side and Malaysian sides to know each other, and maybe we can arrange some road shows in the near future. Yeah. So later about the country's regulation, the task force, it's a big issue. Let the government drive that issues. So we will do our part to see the mutual benefits. That's my opinions. Thank you.
May I ask something about that? I think certainly have a good question. We we have to focus on Thailand, Malaysia at the border, how to create a new opportunity. I can propose that first, the southern part of Thailand, either many city or northern part of Malaysia, declared as the economic zone, special economic zone first. And that will create a lot of job opportunity to the SME. Many of SME in both countries have already done many industry. The very important issue is food security on that one. And I think Thailand and Malaysia can have a good collaboration. This morning session talk about halal food certification. It's easy to talk about, but when we implement it, it's cost everywhere. So it means that if that one can be created a new version of halal food certification together in that area, special economic zone, southern part and north part of Malaysia, then make a food security issue. Thailand, I can say that we are in the food industry for very successful. Many issues on food sector have been done. We can focus on maybe some cattle, beef, create a new industry on that one together. Any facility can have to be maintained in Thailand, produce that one, and use your polish distribution to be export to everywhere. Or use Thailand to export that product to the north part of the Asia, to China, something like that. I think that can be happen if that one can be created the fair deal among the government, private and private. Make it a zone like I say in the beginning, borderless. And that can be a case study on that, not a case study. We have to make it happen together very quick. What to do, how to do, who will do. And then government support on that. And then I think we can start from small thing and then create many things. Your police land port, it cannot be standalone. You have to link with many border port. In Thailand, north part, northeast, to China, to West China is a big area that nobody touches at the moment because the transportation is quite not so convenient. Or if you want to transport one to Cambodia or Vietnam, I think that can be a link network. We have to make a master plan, make it happen together, from small to a big one, and then create the facility. First, when you want to have one checkpoint on the custom checkpoint, then first talk to the custom government, the department, both sides, how to set the loop. The EDI system is there. You just make connection by the electronic. Database can be transferred easily. Yeah, the GenAI can be made. Then trust that document together and make it that paperless. Your shipment can be clear from police and then can be sent out to China in the north part of the country. Something like that. And like the bank say, the cost is something that creates a lot of problems. When the cost is down, everybody wants to do the business. And everybody, I think, okay, on the regional trade have to be happen now. You don't have to worry about some country that create a lot of issues that we don't know what's going on. But this area we can do ourselves. Nobody can interrupt the way how to do the business in the area that we are doing. Make it called between Thailand and Malaysia. So I would like to ask Shirley to think about make it happen. Special mention about the city, not mention about police, industry zone, something like that. That area can be declared. And And then I think it not only that, the trade, it will be a lot of tourists as well. Tourists on the agriculture, tourism may be another one. We have to generate new idea to think about that. Thank you.
Seems like we have a few questions from the floor. Maybe I allow one more question, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Moderator. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Ms. Lada Pumas, our ambassador, Madam, for having this forum. I was a senator before, and I relate to the policies that has to be done and created, the economic zone that has to be created. However, now using a different cap, I would like to relate to what Tan Sri have just said. The word execution is very important. Execution, to me, and no TNT. That's a new abbreviation that I just learned this morning, this afternoon. Fabulous. No more TNT. Let's go to execution. And I would like to suggest, Madam Ambassador, after this forum, this is a fantastic forum, we should have not only a bilateral session, but also a business matching session, which is very important because even in the earlier session, there were participants that was asking for good business companies. If the embassy could recommend this, it would be fantastic because we've got technology in agriculture, technology, digital technology that we would like to share and work with Thailand. But we need people that we can trust. So I would call upon the embassy to create this session where we can have a meeting with business owners and we can execute what we have been speaking about today. Thank you.
Thank you for your recommendation. And I think one gentleman here also has a question.
Hello, hi, my name is Amir. I'm actually a columnist on public policy and business in a local paper here. I'm actually writing an article on this. So I just want to ask the panelists, since majority are from private sector, I want to get your perspective. In all of this, it feels like from a government perspective, as we chase economic cooperation, I think they've got a different agenda than private sector, which wants to maximize profit. They want to actually see economic development that actually benefits the people and local industries in their borders. So how should government, in your opinion, how should government approach this cooperation when it seems like our industries are competing? I'll be very frank, like Malaysia, Thailand, we both talk about automotive, we talk about rubber, we're siblings in that sense. And if anything, if Malaysia wants it on our borders or Thailand wants it on our borders, that's where you'll even see a tension like in the earlier panel. Our incentives are better, for example. So at what point does competition have to flourish versus government intervention or involvement at policies? How do we navigate this? What's your perspective as private sector?
First of all, I want to say business is very cruel. Business must face competition. If not, we don't call business. Because government don't involve business. Private sectors are the one involved business. Competition is the driving force to make any organizations to be at least to stay afloat, viable, then only you can talk about to be the world class. So I still think that in order to have cooperations from private sectors, from ASEAN perspective, we should set up ASEAN Supply Chain Coordination Council to make ASEAN as the global production hub. And then the government to government, we can talk in details. The private sector as an advocacy for the ASEAN governments, and we work together. Example, the automotive. Some of the components not necessarily to be produced in Thailand, you can produce in Malaysia. You can use Malaysia components. Some of the car manufacturers in Malaysia can use the Thai components. something like supply chain. So we also can link the SMEs into the whole of ASEAN supply chains so that we are able to have reshoring. We no need to go to all the way to Europe or America to buy. You can buy among ASEANs. Then you can enhance your competitiveness. This is my view. Thank you.
I support the idea of Mr. Tan. It means how to set up the way to create this one together. So you said about competitiveness. It's not a problem for the private sector because that can create a better thing. But the company had to be friendly and fair. In this case, I think, as I said before, at the border had to be changed now between North Malaysia and South Thailand. Have to be changed now and make it happen. If that make slowly from this, you never know tomorrow what happened. You never know. Why we have to think about trade between ASEAN, US, EU? That may be totally changed. No one knows yet. The tariff set up by someone. That not only affect us, everywhere in the world. But we want to stay on that situation. I think the private don't want to do that. We have to find a way out. And as I say, from the small thing, Thailand, Malaysia can make close hand. Like Mr. Tan say, we can exchange many products among these two countries. Food is very, very important. Both countries can create new food, halal food together to the world market. Because the Muslim country everywhere, big enough that we can supply to them.
I was stunned because, the Tan Si mentioned, I thought that the aircon in this room is turned off and then, I get sweat and. My response to this one is to come on to one thing, which is the common interest of the two countries. I was lucky enough to working in many countries in ASEAN, apart from Thailand. And then, the way that, people in different countries look things are different. Because of the difference, it leads to one thing is called communication gap. When the communication gap getting wider and wider, common interest cannot really happen. That's why we have a lot of things, private sector talk about some things, the government have different agenda, those kind of things. But the inconvenient truth about businesses are the one that driving business. After the crisis, business is the one that driving all the country out of the trouble. Governments is perhaps like facilitator, that is inconvenient truth on that one. My response to that one is every things have the beginnings of the first stepping stone. If we start something too big, nothing gonna happen. So perhaps if we can start with small things, and then try, and then the trust can be established. Then the communication gap would be shorter, and then eventually you get a partnership on that one. That is how I see, a lot of business have been working together with ASEANs. I was in a few countries. That's how I see things, and then unfortunately, it have to come with the private sector, and the first step that is, take the risk, and then try to work together, and then reduce communication gap. Thank you.
Thank Thank you, Khun Kanet. I think that's a very good wrap up of the session by highlighting the opportunities that we see amid these challenges is the look towards regional trade, especially the cross-border collaboration between Thailand and Malaysia. So I think I would not want to take more time from you and your lunch. So I think that's the conclude of the session today. Thank you for participation from the panelists and also from the audience. Thank you.
A big round of applause for our esteemed moderator and panelists again. Um, sorry, just to go back to your proposal on the business matching between Thailand and Malaysia, if I can add on that. So last year we actually brought Thai SMEs from southern Thailand, basically southern provinces of Thailand to come here. And then our Department of International Trade Promotion, Malaysia office, is here at the embassy, Jalan Ampang. So they will be the one who can help you to match with the trustworthy Thai businesses that you're looking for. So if you have any inquiries, please come to us and then we will connect you with the right persons. So another round of applause for our panelists. And if we can have a group photo here, and then if I can invite the ambassador as well. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the Economic Forum 2025. On behalf of the Royal Thai Embassy in Kuala Lumpur, the CIMT and Mutiara Police Sendirian Berhad, thank you for your valuable time and contributions. We hope today's forum has sparked new ideas and cooperation and further strengthened the strong ties between Thailand and Malaysia. So you are now cordially invited to enjoy a buffet lunch at Rosal Coffee House located on level 8 of the hotel. But kindly note that